86 Tops Traded Baseball tonight as your host. Actually, Chris will be here. He's just got to run back and get a card that we recently picked up, and then he will be back. But thanks, everybody, for joining us. It's another Thursday night edition of Blabbin' About Slabbin'. Kind of a lot happened in baseball this week, considering the season is over. Although, as we'll talk about with the awards, there wasn't a whole lot of drama. So, for better or worse. But there was some pretty cool things to happen. So we'll talk about that. We're also going to talk about Topps Chrome. If anybody out there has Topps Chrome update, sorry, if anybody out there has ripped any yet, please let us know. I've heard from several people that it was a little underwhelming of a rip. And of course, I don't know anyone who has pulled a MLB debut patch yet. So if you do, you probably would think it's a win. Otherwise, there's not a lot of great stuff as far as I know. Or there is some great stuff, but it's also by a lot of sticker autos and less than great stuff. So,
goddamn sticker autos, Jeff.
What?
I said goddamn sticker autos.
Yes. Yeah. It pains Chris to even hear the word sticker autos. So,
sticker autos
so we'll talk.
Yeah. When I hear sticker autos, it's like speckles. It's not a word I want to think about.
Although you did purchase a speckle, didn't you? Hey, what's up, Ben?
I did recently purchase my first speckle. I don't have it yet, so I can't complain about it in person, but rest assured I will be complaining about it very soon.
Oh, Ryan just opened lots of off-center cuts. Wasn't that one thing that Ephus was saying was a positive about this so far, that the quality control seemed okay?
Yeah, I mean, the stuff I've seen online, it looks better. Obviously not great, but I mean, 2022 was so horrific. The bar was...
What's up, JB?
The bar was very low. Very, very low.
Yes, and then we can't go an episode without talking about Shohei Ohtani, so we'll talk a bit about him as we go. But now that you're here, Chris, I was briefly mentioning your 86 Tops Traded that you had in front of you. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
start with that.
I'm sorry, what?
What's up, Lucky?
Ooh, yeah, I played a Tuesday night softball team that Jeff plays on sometimes, and what was I going to get at? Yeah, the guy said if we would switch our live show to Thursdays so I wouldn't have to miss early games, he would give me some baseball cards. I did not realize he actually had some cool stuff, though. I figured it would just be like a whole box of 89 Tops or something.
Yes.
But yeah, 86 Tops update, never been opened. That should be fun. Come on, centering. Whew.
A different Ryan. Ryan Brody says the checklist is so horrendous. I don't understand how anyone is ripping stuff. You want to talk a little bit about that checklist, Chris? Chris has looked a little bit at the checklist and the autographs contained therein.
Yes, one of our esteemed chat members, Ben, I think did the math, and there's something like 167 base autos in this update set, all of which are stickers, as far as I know.
That right, 167.
Just brutal. Yeah, I mean, it's just there's so much repeat. So much of the good stuff that's in update was already in Topps Chrome. So I just don't see it. I don't see it as the main reason to open this is to pull one of those debut patch redemptions with the white glove service. But it just, the risk is so gigantic. The odds of you pulling that are slim to none. Even if you get like an Adley Rutschman auto, it's going to be a sticker. And we saw with 2018, the update autos with stickers are way less desirable than the first issued Topps Chrome rookie autos that don't have stickers, that are on card. So it just seems it just seems crazy to me. And I did see one card I actually really liked, but with a caveat. I really like the image they use. They're doing image variations in update as well. I feel like, and they've expanded the refractor rainbow. It seems like Topps wants to make Topps Chrome update like Topps Chrome Series 2, essentially. Like it's the same thing we get in Series 1. But now we're getting image variations too. Another series of image variations, many of which are the exact same people. Like Michael Harris has another one. I think Adley and Gunnar have other ones. So just the sheer volume of like image variations we're seeing for these top rookies is outrageous. They have the regular Topps. Now they have that Topps Gold Mirror SP, a Topps Update Gold Mirror SP, a Topps Chrome variation, and now a Topps Chrome Update variation. That in and of itself is just too much. But I do like the Michael Harris image. I will say that.
Ryan Summer says, what do you guys think of the golden mirrors? We've talked about it before. It seems, I don't know. I guess the good is that it's bringing more attention to super short prints.
Sure.
That's about all I can say about that.
Yeah,
everybody's getting them.
Yeah. There's just too many. I long for the days. I think it was 50 SPs, 25 SSPs, and the occasional Ultra SP. How I long for those days. The Golden Mirror, I feel like it's a cool idea, kind of. And I will say, sometimes they did like a couple. We talked about like SSP themes in the past. Travis d'Arnaud and Sean Murphy, the Braves catching tandem, they both have Gatorade Bath Golden Mirror SSPs. Like, that's great. I love that idea to pair them together. I like it. And for player collectors, you must be exciting. But we talked, I think it was last week or the week before. I think it was last week. We talked about Paul Blackburn. And the guy in the chat that knew him did acquire the card. He immediately sent out an offer that was immediately accepted. So I haven't heard updates since, but we are still waiting to hear what Paul Blackburn thinks of his Topps Golden Mirror SSP. And again, if you haven't looked at it, please go look at it right now.
That's incredible. A few thoughts coming through the chat about SPs and SSPs. It's definitely different now. There is a lot to be said about the prior SSPs where you just had to know. You had to know that what you were looking for. It didn't flash it in big golden letters on the back. You had to be looking for something. And it was fun seeing which ones would pop out when the product was open. I mean, I guess it's still like that, but it just seems diluted. So I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't know. I'm assuming they're going to continue doing it.
I don't know. I would like them a lot more, like we've talked about, if they just put more effort into them. If they made them special in some way or unique. But really, the laziness that we have seen with some of these is so frustrating. When there's like a combo card of two superstars like Trout and Julio, and the base card is them talking, and the SSP is them talking 1 second later. Like I don't see the point. There's no point in making that card. Like that's the complete waste of all this potential. But I want to talk about Topps Chrome Update again because the debut patches are good. I like that. I'm concerned that the actual cards are in boxes that go to breakers, and redemptions are in boxes that come to the hobby. The rest of us, like that concerns me. I can't really express I'm trying to get the words to express my concern, but I really don't like the idea that Topps is deciding, or Fanatics is deciding, where those cards are going. And they had to specifically decide which autos are going to breakers and which autos are going to collectors. I don't like that at all. That freaks me out.
It's something that collectors have talked about for a long time with Topps and Fanatics, even since they've taken over. Do breakers get loaded boxes? No, there's no way to know which cards go where, which cards go in which boxes. It's hard to know. Well, as of last year when they introduced, or I guess it was this summer, the Breakers Delight boxes, it very clearly said which boxes are specifically going to breakers, although I think you can also buy them retail.
You can.
Blowout. But it's specifically, and for Topps Chrome Update, they said the MLB debut patches are going to be redemptions, so they can have white glove service, so the cards don't get damaged at all. But in Breakers Delight boxes, they come in there because they said there's more protection in those boxes. So I don't know.
Yeah, and I think they also they wouldn't say this, but I think they maybe didn't like the idea of those redemption cards being in breakers' hands. I don't know.
I see Lucky Peter opened a Breakers Delight. If you don't mind, what's the price on those, and what do you get in it? Because I didn't see the specs for the Breakers Delight boxes.
Yeah.
So let me know if you can.
I also saw someone said that in their opinion, I didn't see who it was, but they thought the rookie Golden Mirror SSPs would be like the player's most valuable card at a flagship. I think I may have misread the comment, but I mean, I like it. And a lot of those images are cool. Like Michael Harris's Golden Mirror SSP is a great image, but I would definitely take the Topps Black over it.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Turtle said print runs are way too high for anything not numbered to hold value. So that's probably true. The Mirror of the Rookie will be the most valuable.
Although ironically, it's not numbered.
What?
I said ironically, it's not numbered. We know there's like 150 was like the rumored print run, but it just seems like the PSA counts. I'm already a little uncomfortable. But I want to say one other thing about Topps Chrome, unless you had a thought first.
Well, can you hold that? I'd love you to respond and said all my base cards had scratches and roller marks. The autos and parallels are good. So that means, did they include base cards in this Breaker's Delight? Because I know for the prior Breaker's Delight box, it was just the parallels, just the base refractors and parallels.
Yes, yeah, we watched the Buddy open one, and it was like there wasn't very many cards, but they were all color or all autoed. Jeez.
Yeah. So let us know. And then Ryan said there's been a redemption listed on eBay for Lucas Ursig.
Ooh.
12 cards, 2 autos, all base are refractors, colored parallels. So you meant the base refractors. Okay. Gotcha. 12. Sure. I do have a soft spot for Lucas Ursig. I don't know if you even know who he is, Chris, but he came up with the Brewers and was a position player. And then he couldn't make it. He didn't make it. And then he decided to come back as a reliever, and he made it to the big leagues this year as a reliever.
For the Brewers?
No, he pitched for the A's.
No. Well, so wait, did he make the majors as a Brewers player or no? No, okay.
No, but I have a bunch of his prospect cards. He was a big prospect in, I want to say, 2017 draft. So I've got a blue BGS 9.5 Ursig auto. But yeah, it's cool to see pitch. Hey, what's up, Collector's Dream? All right, Chris, so get to your thoughts about Topps Chrome updates.
Yeah,
any further ones?
Yeah, Shelly the Turtle. I'm curious if you got any of the celebration inserts, because I've seen some images of those and they look awesome. Like those look great. I love the idea, and like the Julio Rodriguez holding the trident. That is an amazing card. Like that looks fantastic. If there were on-card autos of that would be. I would probably make an effort to get one of those. I haven't seen the whole check. I haven't seen everyone that's in the checklist yet, but I do want to check those out.
They're rare, correct? So they're not numbered, but they're just rare.
Yeah, they're super rare. Yeah, the odds of those are astronomical. They're in the thousands.
All celebrations from the various teams.
Let me pull the checklist up, but I wanted to talk about the Shohei Ohtani card because it's very interesting. So the Shohei Ohtani card, he is celebrating in the dugout as per the celebration theme. And the back of the card talks about how for 2023, the Angels home run celebration was that samurai helmet. And it talked about a little bit about where that samurai helmet came from and how the players all rallied around it and how people really enjoyed it in the dugout, and it was a real rallying point for the team. Now, you want to hear something really funny? He's not wearing the helmet on the card. Like, why?
What?
He's not wearing the helmet on the card.
Does the helmet appear on the card?
No.
Is somebody it?
No. He's high-fiving a teammate in the dugout, but he's not wearing the helmet. I don't even know what to say. It was like, what are we doing? I thought it was hilarious.
And the whole description on the back is about that?
It only talks about the helmet. The back of the card only talks about the helmet. Not wearing it. Just spectacular.
Maybe they thought it clouded his boyish features too much if he had the helmet on.
I don't know, but we had a friend send me a couple cards. I'm like, oh, these all look cool, and he was like, read the back of the Ohtanis, and I just started laughing. I was like, did they just copy paste the wrong picture? Like, how did that happen?
No, that's bad. Either ineptitude or late. I don't really understand.
Yeah, I mean, is it possible the person doing the back of the card is not in communication with the person doing the front of the card?
Already just assumes that, okay, it's going to be a picture of their dugout celebration is the samurai helmet.
Hold on, I'm just going to see if I can pull up a...
Not own any. However, if any of the Braves are celebrating with the big hat celebration, I will strongly consider.
Yes, I would love to see that. I know, like, New Era, like, they had to cancel that right away. And that always confused me. Like, why didn't New Era just give the Braves a giant hat with a huge New Era logo? Like, it just seems like a huge missed marketing opportunity right there.
Hey, what's up, Uniair? Thanks for We're in the midst of talking about Topps Chrome update and the issues. One viewer named Filmington says it's time to start a petition regarding this. I'm not sure if those are too effective or not.
We'll leave that. We'll leave that to Filmington.
Okay.
I'm if anyone can get a petition going, it's certainly Mr. Phil Mington. I believe he can do it.
Okay, so I've only heard anecdotally about people opening this product.
Go on.
And I've not heard of anybody being happy with what they opened yet. So if that's any indication, I think we'll probably see a drop in price eventually on this product.
So I would highly recommend the cards we're talking about, the Celebración. Pardon my accent. I'm not great at those. If you're following along, if you have a tab open up eBay and just take a look at some of these images. The Jonathan India is fantastic. He's wearing like a Viking helmet, and he's actually wearing the Viking helmet.
Wearing it, yeah. Are there any cheeseheads?
I don't know. I'm just kind of scrolling through right now. There's like Andrew McCutcheon is wearing like the robe that the Pirates used. Looks like Machado is just kind of doing regular Machado. But the Byron Buxton, he's got the full fishing vest and the fishing rod. Like, this is a great idea for an insert set. And from what I've seen, they look pretty good.
Sadly, some are incredibly boring. Yeah, you've got the Riley Green just giving high fives, and then you've got the Jonathan India with the Viking helmet on.
Yes, and you can see when it's a colored refractor, the background of the Jonathan India is like all red. That looks like a movie poster.
Yeah,
that's a pretty cool card.
Very interesting.
Yeah, there's some really nice images here. This is definitely one that's worth checking out. And if you're a player collector or a team collector, there's probably going to be a card on here that you're going to want.
And it's nice that they make some very tough to pull inserts.
I don't know if there are any autos. I should check on the checklist, but God, if there are, they're just going to slap a sticker on there, and it's going to be such a bummer.
Oh, Shelley says Gunner is doing the sprinkler.
Oh, that's wow. Is he me drunk at a wedding? What's he? Oh, Peter says they're all numbered to 99.
I don't think so, because I see Jonathan India is a gold out of 50.
Right.
Soto's a red refractor out of 5, so maybe 99 is the highest.
Ooh, that would be pretty cool.
There's no base below that. Oh yeah, I do see the sprinkler out of Gunner.
Yeah, I don't see anything under or higher than 99. Oh yeah, that sprinkler is. Looks like Adley Rushman's doing the sprinkler too on his. Nice.
All right. Well, yeah, that's cool, and I think we've seen a couple of the first patches pulled, or we've seen at least one. What's that guy's name? Oh
God, I'd not heard of him until I saw the patch. So I do not remember his name, unfortunately, but it does look fantastic.
$2,000.
I'm sorry, what?
It sold for $2,000.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's like, we'll see if that price holds up for some of these names that just aren't huge.
Braden Bristow. Yeah, somebody put it up $19.99 or best offer, and it got snagged. And according to 130 Point, that's the price that it's at. So
interesting. All right.
A pretty nice buy for that, or a pretty nice sale for that guy.
All right. I feel bad that every time I come up with something great, like this insert set, I end up then complaining about it, like the Ohtani not having the helmet. But I don't see an Atlanta Brave on the checklist, unfortunately. So that's too bad.
Okay, so Lucky Peter says another one got pulled.
Ooh.
Maggie.
Oh yeah, Magi.
Magi with 2 G's.
Yes, I saw that one. I don't know if it was up for sale or what, but yeah, I saw that one got pulled.
2 no names pulled, 1 sale. Phil says, and Ryan says, yeah, 99 or lower with gold, red, orange superfractor. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you pull one of those and it isn't someone from your team, I mean, you just got to put that thing up immediately, right? I would think.
Yeah, like what kind of he's going to have? What about the rookie relief pitchers who are like 28 years old that are getting pulled? I mean, if you don't sell them now, how long are they going to stick there?
Yeah, all
Levi
my
says
cards.
that one
Yep.
cards that aren't huge names are bought by the players or families themselves. It's a great thought. It's probably their best card. Probably what's his name? Braden Bristow's best card.
For sure. Yeah, if I was Braden Bristow, I would want that card.
Shelley, that sounds about right.
Yeah, if I were Braden Bristow or I was Braden Bristow's parents, I would absolutely want that card.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's going to bring more people into the hobby that way. Relatives of ball players.
Oh, shoot. By the way, Jeff, I'm sorry. Go. You look like you're going to say something. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to get back to what we first started talking about with this topic was now we know that Fanatics knows where at least some of these MLB debut patches are going, like what boxes they're going into, where they're being shipped out to.
Yes.
So we'll be able to see when the big breakers start opening this product between now and Sunday, how many of them get pulled and which names.
Yeah, that will be interesting because you got to assume we're going to see some pop up on Fanatics Live in those breaks. But
yeah,
Filmington with a great point. Some of these guys are so bad they might not have a Bowman Chrome auto. So these will probably be the best card for a lot of these players.
For Chris and I, who watch a lot of baseball, specifically, especially our teams, still, like the Brewers had some guys come up for short stints that I never even heard of. They're like just bringing up journeymen to fill in. So you know that Topps and Fanatics is going to milk this for all it's worth. We got, 91 names? Is that how many are on this checklist?
I think 91. And honestly, I'm totally fine with that. I don't care if the checklist. Yeah, I just get it all out there. Like I'm fine on this particular thing. Milk it.
No, I don't mind that at all. But I'm just saying that shows you what kind of names we're going to get, and that was just this year until when? When was the cutoff for the guys that they included here? Because guys like Ellie aren't included.
Yeah, it's a good question.
That maybe like guys that were up in April and May? So next year is going to be June, July, August, September, and then next year as well. That's why I was wondering, when are they going to put these debut patches in, like the Ellie? Are they going to be in Topps Series 1, or are they going to wait till, or Topps Chrome, or are they going to wait till all the way till next year? Because if they do, that checklist is going to be like 400 names, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would assume that the cutoff is the same as the rookie card cutoff, like whatever that is, which I think is somewhere in like early June. If you come up after that,
like
it's like June 4th, June 6th, something like that. But I would guess, I mean, if they're smart, they should save these for Topps Chrome Update, because it's really the main selling point for Topps Chrome Update is these cards.
It's going to be, the sheer volume is going to be huge. Plus, when more players come up late in the year too, so we're going to have like a 400-person checklist if that's the case next year.
If that's maybe very possible. I mean, do you think Fanatics will balk at a larger checklist? I don't think so.
No. Just interesting to think about. So I don't know if that's really a driver of the sales. The odds of pulling those are so long. I can't imagine that people are really purchasing this in order to get one of those, but maybe it's a lottery ticket for sure.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad. I've seen some people in some big Facebook card groups posting their hits from Update, and they're like a Michael Harris like refractor sticker auto, and they're trying to sell it for the same price as like the regular Topps Chrome refractor auto that isn't a sticker. And some of the comments, as you know, can get very snarky very very quickly. But
well, I hope our friend Scott from Scotty B Cards does a product review of this, or where he does the financial breakdown, because it'd be interesting to see how many of these boxes pay for themselves. In the scheme of things, boxes, 5%?
Yeah, I would say about 5%. That's what I was going to guess.
Because the point isn't high as some of the other boxes he looked at. He looked at something that was like $1,000 box. So.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I was trying to think what it was. Like something with like you get like 3 autos in the box or something, like a base card and 2 autos. It was,
the price point isn't that high, but still, I don't think you're gonna be able to recover that.
I really don't think so. Unless you can sell everything in the first 2 weeks. Then maybe. Man.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That everything. So you said there's 167 names on the autograph checklist?
I'm trusting Ben's math on this, and I'm going to say yes. 167 autos, but that includes the legend base autos as well, which is nearly the same checklist as the original Topps Chrome was. Not sure why we needed that again.
Stickers as well?
I'm sorry, what?
Are the Legends auto stickers as well in this product?
Yes. Yeah, I've seen some come up, and yes, they are. And I've seen a couple of the 1988 autos come up, and those are also stickers, it looks like. It's just a bummer. It's just such a bummer.
It's really disappointing, and especially when a product, and I'll bring this up again, but a product that a lot of collectors love, like Stadium Club, gets pushed off several months, and Topps pumping out these products like Topps Black and White that also came out this week.
Right. I see. I would love to. Yeah, just, Brian Brody, if you've seen one, give me a name. I'd love to take a look. So I'm looking at the checklist right now, and there are 167 names on the rookie card checklist, the rookie card auto checklist. Good Lord.
Well, that's a lot of MLB debut patches in the future.
That is, and I'm looking at it right now. Actually, there are some of these people that are on the sort of the auto checklist. They're not rookies, so that's weird.
So Ryan says Raza or Cabrera on the Yankees have an on-card auto. So maybe some are just randomly on-card. That's crazy.
It's true, or it's possible that Ryan might be looking at the Topps Chrome first edition. I don't know. What should we call it? Base Topps Chrome? Update Topps Chrome? I don't know. But yeah, so I'm looking at
Dual autos are sticker, which is weird since they're only out of 10. Yes, exactly. They can't even get that's
a bummer.
Some are on card. Saw some breaks, says John. Okay, so they're inconsistent. Right. I guess. It's just so disheartening that Fanatics, when they took over, was saying how some things that they're really going to try to get rid of are things like sticker autos, and they can't even do it on a card out of 10. So that's disappointing.
So I'm looking through the way that they do in this checklist online here. There's something called, so there's the Action Chrome autograph, Action Stars Chrome autographs. There's the All-Star Game autographs. Then they just call it the base autographs checklist. 167 names. So this is essentially where the rookies are, but there are also some non-rookies sort of mixed in here. Some interesting names. There's Fernando Tatis Jr., Cody Bellinger, Clay Holmes, Christopher Morel. And of course, if anyone was desperate for this, there's a Josh Donaldson auto in this product.
Is he on the Brewers?
Hold on. Let me see if I can find him.
I'm still paying him.
No, he's on the Yankees.
Lucky hold a Charles LeBlanc on-card auto in my Breakers Delight box.
Okay. I have no idea who that is.
Well, maybe they're making a push towards being on-card, which, if that's the case, I'll give them credit for at least attempting to go that way.
Yes. Also, Carlos Rodon has autos. For you Yankee fans out there, he's got an auto and an image variation in Update Chrome. So they're all in on Carlos Rodon.
I wonder what the ratio is of the rookie autos to guys like Cody Bellinger that you mentioned, or even Christopher Morel. They're probably like 10-1.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't say which ones have a full rainbow and which ones don't. So it's kind of hard to.
Oh, I don't. I just mean the number of base.
Oh,
I feel like
that's a good question.
Probably are loading them up in there.
Oh, can you imagine? You open up a Topps Chrome Update jumbo box for like $400, and 2 of your 3 autos are Josh Donaldson and Carlos Rodon.
Yeah. That would not pay for the box.
No, it would not.
Oh, Chris, Henry has a question. Is Charles LeBlanc the guy that played Joey on Friends?
I hope so. If anyone out there who's a fan of Friends, if you have a chance to see Matt LeBlanc's show that was on, I think it was on Showtime, called Episodes. Fantastic.
Awesome show.
Fantastic show.
Yeah, I was disappointed in that. That was great. He really he was great in it. All right, Filmington who is a IG's resident wax expert, believes that hobby box prices should trend downward to about 110 in a week or so, if DealerNet is any indication. So if you're desperate to rip this, wait at least a little while. Then you're probably going to get it lower.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Lucky
Go ahead.
whiteboard rumors that Topps got some update players to sign during regular Topps Chrome, but quickly realized that they were meant for update. That might be the most Topps thing I've heard all week. So,
yep,
probably
that sounds
correct.
Yeah, I saw Ryan said, look at the checklist that the autos that say AC are stickers, and the autos that say RA might be on card. So that's interesting. I'll take a look at that, and see if that tracks. Because some of the RA there's some good stuff. Bobby Miller, Yuri Perez, your boy Garrett Mitchell. So hopefully those are all on card. That would be great. I was surprised to see that like 2022 Topps Chrome Update hobby boxes are under $100.
Yeah, I think like $75. Maybe Phil knows, but they're pretty cheap.
That's surprising, given that Julio and Bobby Witt are in there, and those two guys are way better than any of the rookies in this.
Yeah. So what does that tell you where this price is going?
Yeah, I think,
Phil wouldn't be surprised if another buyback promotion was pushed out. Yeah. What could they buy back from this?
I don't know, but I did see the bounty for the Andrew Volpe debut patch auto, 150 grand. I can't tell you how quickly I would have that card off for that price.
What's gonna be great is when two people get the MLB debut patch from Volpe and both try to submit for that buyback.
I don't know. Do you think, honestly,
he's seen these for hobbies for 100 at his LCS?
Wow.
At 2022 Topps Chrome Update is 500 for a 12-box case on blowout right now, which that's pretty damn cheap.
Yeah. So if you're watching the show and you're interested in ripping Topps Chrome Update, we cannot stress enough. If you can wait, if you can hold off for like 2 months, you're going to save some money. I know it's fun to rip right now.
Scratch your itch with 22 at half the price.
Yeah, I know people are going to be talking about it, and everyone wants to be a part of the conversation, but man, oh man, try to wait. But while Phil is in the room, I mentioned this on my story, and I do think with the MVP announcement, holders of 2018 wax must be feeling pretty good right now.
Oh yeah. Speaking of 2018 wax, while we're talking about these guys, here's a couple.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's beautiful. Just beautiful.
20 wax. Some of the best designs, one of the best checklists, and probably the last major season release before they really started overprinting. So 2018,
yeah. I mean, Update was definitely overprinted, but still, with the iconic cards that are in there, I think it's totally fine. But yeah, and if you did watch, by the way, Shohei Ohtani's dog is so damn cute. That was the runaway winner of the whole night for me. My wife just kept talking about the dog and rewinding, but it kept her watching, so that's good too.
Yeah, we'll get that SP next year, Ohtani with dog.
Oh my God, I please, just no speckles, but I would absolutely buy that card. And if it's like got like an Ohtani auto and a little paw print on the back, I'm all in. I'm all in.
Levi, how is the bounty for Volpe 150K when the Babe Ruth Superfractor with zero significance, the bounty was 200K? Well, I would argue that it is lower than that because they realized they way overdid the bounty for that Babe Ruth. So yes, so this card is much more significant in the hobby, and it is a lower bounty.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, speaking of Babe Ruth, by the way, we're cleaning up our house pretty aggressively right now because my wife's parents are coming into town tomorrow night. So we just had.
And you found
what?
The basement? You found some old tobacco cards in the basement?
Sadly, no. But we had the MLB Network on, and Megan, my wife is actually like repainting part of the house while I'm doing this, which is very entertaining for me because I don't have to do it. But we had the Ken Burns baseball just came on after, and I was running back and forth, and I hear her laughing, and she rewound to show me that when Babe Ruth was like a I don't know, a teenager, like a preteen, 12 or 13, a court declared him incorrigible. And he was sent to go live in like a Catholic boarding house. Like his parents just dumped him somewhere. What a time to be
Yeah,
alive that must have been.
I knew he grew up in an orphanage. I didn't know that he was sent there by his parents. I just assumed maybe he didn't have parents.
I mean, the court may have sent him. I can't believe incorrigible was like an actual thing you could get like stamped on your file. And he went to some like Catholic boarding house, and they were talking about on the Ken Burns baseball. They were talking about how like this one person there was known like for his beatings. It's like, good lord. It's amazing that he came out of all of that remotely sane.
And maybe that's what molded him into not only the physical specimen he was, but the massive power hitter that he became.
Yeah. Physical specimen is a strong, very flattering description, but at the time, for sure, he was definitely larger than most people.
Large, absolutely. Yes. Thanks, guys. Yes, these black cards are our pride and joy, and I just had to get them out to take a picture to celebrate their dual MVPs, and which is a good segue into talking about the awards. That closes awards week out in baseball.
It does.
Not a lot of surprises.
No,
First
and a lot
time that both unanimous.
Yeah. A lot of unanimity, I think. I don't know if that's a word or not, but quite a few unanimous awards, which was kind of surprising. I couldn't believe Betts didn't get at least one vote, not even from the Dodgers writers. Nothing. Kind of surprising.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it just the way Acuña ended the season the last couple of weeks was just.
Oh yeah, well, he's player of the month in September.
Yeah, it blew everybody away.
But I will say, I don't know if.
Yeah, I was going to say Betts got unanimous second, correct? So the first two positions, easy ballots to fill out.
Very easy. Yeah, the only difficult question was who finishes third, and I think 4 more people voted Freeman than Olsen, so that was pretty close. But if you have the MLB Network at home, I highly recommend record the award show when they re-air it, which will be sometime later tonight, and just watch it. They do interviews with like the 3 nominees. So they had like Acuña, who was in his Venezuelan home locker room for his league night, which starts tonight. Mookie Betts was in his car picking up his kids from school, and Freddie Freeman was like relaxing at home. So the 3 of them were like in very different places, and they had like kind of a group interview where they were all talking about each other, and it was great TV. It was really good stuff. I highly recommend watching it. I think they're going to re-air it around midnight or something tonight, but if you just look on your DVR and just record it, you'll enjoy it tomorrow.
I'm sure they will be re-airing it probably early and often. Hey, what's up, Robert? Thanks for joining us. Yeah, so American League, no surprise. Ohtani pretty much sealed this award up by the time he finished playing, which was late August. Last time he was pitching, 11th maybe? When did he pitch last? Then he hit for a couple.
Yeah, he missed all of September. I think his last game was like August 28th, something like that. But I do have to mention, Jeff, that if we went, I rewatched our prediction episode. Well, I rewatched mine. I don't remember yours. But I did pretty well, I have to say. I got 3 out of 4 of the big ones. Oh, no, wait. Oh, I think we said we couldn't pick Ohtani. Sorry. So I got 2 out of 4. I said Acuña and Woodruff in the National League, and Garrett Cole, and I don't want to say this out loud, but Garrett Cole and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in the American League. I don't know. Yeah.
I remember you had Cole. I remember I had Burns, who actually, looking at the ballot, did get a vote. I think he got a 3rd place vote. I mean, he got some votes, but he got actually, which is surprising. And our friend Rafael Devers got a couple votes. So
yes,
he got MVP votes.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, he was certainly the best player on an extremely disappointing Boston Red Sox team. But
yeah. Speaking of disappointing, Soto still finished 6th. It was kind of a toss-up who's going to finish 5th or 6th between Corbin Carroll and Juan Soto, and Soto finished 6th in what's being called a down year. That's not too bad.
I forgot to look at the down. How close was it between him and Corbin Carroll?
Like 50 points, so not that close.
Okay.
Levi says at least you didn't have Manoah as your pick.
Yeah.
You only had one disappointing Blue Jay on your preseason picks.
I did have them both on a fantasy team, though. So, that didn't work out too well.
John says Soto's cards are not going down, sadly. Yeah, I think maybe because they've been down so far that they just can't go down anymore. I'm still watching. I'm hoping to maybe pick up one or two this off season because I still think he's a good buy. But yeah, you're right. They're not dropping as much. Yeah,
I think we're at that. Yeah, I think we're at that point now where not many cards are getting auctioned off, and the people that have Soto are holding to see if he gets traded to the Yankees. I mean, no one's going to be accepting a low Soto offer in the next couple of weeks. I wouldn't think, as long as these rumors with New York are floating around. I don't know. I can't imagine anything coming up for bids either, but we'll see.
Robert asks, you guys tell me why Trout's rookie card is dropping out of sight. It's a good chance to plug our other podcast because we had a whole episode on Trout cards going down on Spitballing Cards. So please take a look at Spitballing Cards. I believe it was 2 episodes ago, but if you look at our episode list, you'll see it. That's the video podcast that Chris and I do with several other hobby luminaries like Filmington.
Wow.
And Scotty B. Cards and Teapot. So yeah, check that out because we talked a lot about it. Lucky Peter, I heard Ohtani's thinking about the Braves. Yeah, which reminds me, I want to talk a little bit about the odds because he shows up as a field bet. So if you think he's going to go to the Braves, you can bet $10 and win $200 if he goes there. So,
right. But we should do a little cliff notes for the Mike Trout question.
Okay.
Sort of a long story short, why is that card tanking? Why are his cards going down? He has been hurt a ton. His legacy, I think, at this point is officially in doubt. Will he be able to? As he gets older, people usually don't get healthier, so we're seeing some legit question marks. And his batted ball stats finally took finally is the wrong word, but actually took a downward turn last season for the first time ever while he played. And I think there's just the pop report is getting to the point where it's crossed 6,000 PSA 10s for that update. There's just too many. It's too available and too many questions about him.
Yes, everybody who wants one of those cards can have it and have it at any time. Like Chris said, his health is a little bit of an issue. Trout to the Mets, says Ryan Summers. That could be interesting. He hasn't played more than 140 games since 2016, so that's a long time to not have a full season. And his all-time great status is probably in question. He's still unquestionably a Hall of Famer. It's just a matter of that being baked in of him being an inner circle, all-time great Hall of Famer, and that's not a certainty anymore.
Exactly. Yeah, still a Hall of Famer, but yeah, $5,000 for his base Topps rookie and a PSA 10 was not a sustainable price to begin with. I think they're selling now for about 900 or so, and I'm guessing it's going to drop. Although a trade to the Mets would probably help. I don't know.
Any changes help. Ryan Brody says, "Dear Lord, a Julio Celebracion insert just sold for $825."
Ryan, which one? Was it a parallel or was it the base to 99? Because that is a cool card. He's holding up the trident. Gives a Little Mermaid vibes.
It's a very cool card, but wow, $825 if it's the base out of 99. Well, that guy's going to get the money for his box back.
Yeah, absolutely. Unless he bought two jumbos, and then he's probably going to just about break even. But yeah, I do love the idea. I see some rumors that Ohtani's interested in the Braves. I just don't think it's feasible. I don't really think it makes a lot of sense. I mean, I hope so. That'd be great, but I'm not holding my breath on it for sure.
Well, since we're talking about odds, it's pretty clear what the favorite is. Do you know what the favorite is, Chris, right now?
I'm assuming it's still the Dodgers.
The Dodgers, yes. They're at plus 110, so pretty clear.
Yeah, I mean, I hear a lot of talk about the Giants, but if Ohtani wants to go to a winner, he's not going to San Francisco. They're not like, they're not right there, and he's going to put them over the top. They're several players away, I would think.
True, but you know what the number 2 team is? Also not exactly on the doorstep of.
Who's the number 2 team?
Lucky. Number 2 is the Chicago Cubs at plus 350. Almost twice as likely as the Giants. So goes Dodgers, Cubs, Giants, and then the Yankees and Mets are at plus 800. So visiting New York. What kind of surprised me is that there's maybe it's wishful thinking, but a lot of people talking about him possibly going to the Mariners and just how far down they are. They're below Texas and the Red Sox. It'd be fun to see him hit in Boston. Got to say that.
I would love to see he and Devers go back to back. That'd be exciting.
And then the Angels are at plus 1,600.
It would be hilarious if you went to the Red Sox, because you'd have the Red Sox would have these two huge left-handed sluggers with Devers and Ohtani, and then you got the Yankees with the two right-handed sluggers. They just need to either switch ballparks.
Swap.
Yeah. So I don't know. The Cubs do make. It's just kind of sad that it's always the teams with the most money who are going to be the top of this list. The Brewers and Pirates, the Marlins, they didn't make the list. And the Giants have a lot of money, and they're going to get more money once the A's are gone. They're going to get, they should have more revenue coming in. If you didn't see that story today, the Oakland A's are officially moving to Vegas for the 2028 season. I can guarantee you.
2028, huh?
2028.
So they have a long lame duck session in Oakland.
As a matter of fact, their lease at the Oakland Coliseum ends after next year. So it's very likely that for the 2025, 26, 27, they will not have a home. So I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe
they'll play in Montreal for those 3 years.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I saw some rumors. I guess they're talking to there's a AAA affiliate nearby. They may try to piggyback their stadium, which would be horrible. They could probably do some sort of traveling swap with San Francisco for a couple of years, but that would just be brutal. So I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do.
Can they only play away games? Is the question?
Yeah, that's a.
They play or AAA Reno. Okay, Reno has a AAA team.
Oh God.
Maybe they play.
If anyone in this chat has been to Reno, like I have, oh my God. I would not want to play. I'd almost rather go play AAA somewhere. I'd rather go play for Dayton in Ohio than play Major League Baseball in Reno. Oh my God. I was outside in Reno at 1:30 in the morning, and I was getting really strong Terminator 2 vibes from the beginning of the movie, where the world is destroyed and there's skulls on the ground. That's kind of how it felt.
Reno 911 is a documentary, not a spoof.
Yeah.
Well, it might. Ryan Brody says being an A's fan is miserable. Yeah, I've got to imagine that's pretty tough. And considering when Chris and I were growing up, for a few years they were an absolute powerhouse. When they had the Bash Brothers, they were just dominating the league in the late 80s. And of course in the 70s they had a dynasty as well. Just a sad way to kind of fizzle out.
Yeah, it really is. But if you are a fan of the A's, you may as well be a fan of the Braves, because your two best players are playing for the Braves now, so you may as well just migrate from one A to another. It's okay. We'll take it. We'll take the supports.
You're right. One A to another. There you go.
That's right.
So if you had to bet on any of those teams, what would be your bet? If you had $100, you had to put it on those. Would you just put it on the safe bet, or would you take a little risk on one of those other teams?
It just seems like the Dodgers have been waiting for this. Everything they've done, Ryan, you're welcome, buddy. Everything they've done has been leading up to them getting him. So it's hard to believe that they would be outbid, because they just have so much money. And if the Mets and Dodgers bid the same amount, there's no reason to go play for the Mets. So it just seems like whatever the odds are, they should be the Dodgers should almost be even money. But
they're pretty close.
Yeah,
they're pretty close to even money.
But what are the numbers if I take the field? What are my odds?
Field is plus 2,000, which is the same as the Blue Jays and the Padres, and then the field. So field is 2,000. Henry says any other team that already has a Japanese player, possibly, in terms of a comfortability issue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I guess it was more of a foregone conclusion when he was still pitching, because then he was exactly what the Dodgers needed.
yes.
They desperately need pitching. So I think it was more of a foregone conclusion then. But yeah, they can afford to wait it out.
Yeah, I do think I would just put it on the Dodgers, to be honest with you, and then whatever I won, I'd buy my dad some booze because I know he'll be excited. But yeah, the Dodgers are in a really great position in terms of like financial flexibility. I think they were only committed like 120 million to next year. So if Otani takes
Which is
50 and
the
Yamamoto
case.
take, yeah, I mean, Otani and Yamamoto would maybe get them up to 200, and they're still comfortably in the black in terms of profit. So I'm never going to feel bad for a Dodger fan or the Dodgers, but my guess would be that I would not be shocked if they landed both Japanese players. And it's nuts to me that Brian Cashman would talk shit about Mike Stanton when Mike Stanton's agent is Yamamoto's agent. Like, that's just, what are we doing? What are you thinking?
He's not a very bright guy.
And how many years did we think he was? That's the crazy part. Everyone used to think that that Cashman was like a brilliant GM, and it just seems like no, he inherited a fantastic situation that Gene Michaels and Buck Showalter just teed up for him, and since then he spent a whole bunch of money on nothing. I mean, he learned in 2008 that if you literally take the 3 best free agents who are available, give them $500 million, you're probably going to win the World Series the next year. But other than that, has he done anything that you would look at and be like, "Wow, what a great move"? I don't think so.
And in fact, 4 moves, and then he's blaming the players, like with Stanton. Yeah, I in any other job in America, he would have been out long ago based on performance.
Oh my god! And it's also a strange choice, not only because Stanton and one of the most desirable pitching free agent have the same agent. It's weird. That's an odd time to talk shit about Mike Stanton. But also, Mike Stanton is like, I don't know, 70 pounds of muscle larger than Brian Cashman. I mean, that's a weird choice to kind of run your mouth at him. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it. He seems like he's reading the press about him, reading what the fans are saying about him, and he's just getting defensive and bitter. So
Yeah.
it sounds like he'll do an even worse job based on that.
Yeah, that's certainly not going to entice players to go play there.
No.
But,
John says thoughts on Yamamoto's NPB Tops cards.
I have absolutely no idea. I got nothing. I don't know anything about them. I know the Tops makes the Japanese League cards now, but Jeff and I have never purchased any. So I feel like I'm in no position to make a comment. I don't know.
Yeah, we had some questions about this with Ohtani as well, and that's an area we haven't really explored, so it'd be an ill-informed opinion. But it sounds like there's opportunities out there.
Yeah, I can't see them really competing with his first American card, though, in terms of our market. I'm probably in Japan, they would be more popular, but here, that first Topps Chrome card of him in whatever jersey he's wearing, come on, Atlanta, whatever jersey he's wearing is probably going to be the more popular card.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we saw with Ohtani as well. I mean, there's some people that only seek out his 2013 rookie cards, and I know there's a lot of different variations, a lot of different parallels, so you can really get deep into the weeds with those. And if you're an expert in that area, great. But we did see that some of his much more common American cards, like the Mega Box Chrome, his first American card, even though he's still in the Japanese uniform, really outpaced the early Japanese cards. So I would just say, just be careful when you're looking at those.
Speaking of things that are fun to look at, whether or not we were or not, if you find like the full page of the MVP voting, it's really interesting to kind of scroll down the ballot and see what kind of points certain players got. Like one voter. One voter put Fernando Tatis on his ballot, and he put him at 6th. No one else had him at all. 1 6th place vote. Ha-Sung Kim, also of the Padres, got 5 votes, and they were all 10th. So 5 voters agreed that he was the 10th most valuable player. I think that's kind of funny. What are the odds of that?
Yeah, I love looking at those lists. They usually go pretty deep. This year is kind of strange because they're very top heavy, especially in the National League when you get the first and second place being unanimous, and pretty much first 1 through 4 was all 1 through 4, right? I didn't look at the full breakdown, but there can't be a lot of people that put Olsen 8th or 9th.
No, the 1 through 4 was there was only 4 players got top 4 votes. If that makes
sense.
There were no randoms.
Yeah.
But yeah, Corbin Carroll 5th, Soto 6th, Austin Riley 7th. But there's some fun stuff. Like, according to these voters, Marcelo Zuna and Devin Williams were the same value this year.
Oh, yeah. Hey, William Contreras finished 11th, I believe.
Yes, he
2
did.
Brewers got MVP.
Yeah, he won the Silver Slugger at catcher. You're welcome.
He was great.
Yeah.
5.5 WAR.
Yeah, he had a really good year.
Yeah.
But
what about the Cy Young ballots? Did you find? I guess the closest race was the NL Cy Young of the major awards, right? That was the only one that wasn't.
And it was really close. And it was really close to unanimous. Like really close.
Did Logan Webb get 1 vote?
Hold on, let me pull it up here. Where is it? Oh, give me a sec. I gotta find it. Oh, plus I have to get to the. There we go. Is this not going to give me what I want? I tell you. All right, hold on. Bear with me here while I dig this up. But yeah, I think there were 3 unanimous, and then
interesting.
Blake Snell got like 26 or 28 of the votes, something like that.
Yeah.
Open up. All right, before we run too long, I do want to open up this set of 86.
Yeah.
This beautiful 86 tops traded set. A set that back in the day, Jeff and I would have given our arm and leg to own.
Oh man, that's got huge names.
Okay, so
Shelly says MVP video Acuña put on his Twitter is awesome. I have not seen that. Chris probably has.
Yes, I have, and he also did. Topps put out an ad with Acuña for their buyback program. So it's just Acuña like ripping packs, and it is absolutely fantastic. I highly recommend you guys find that. It's running on a sort of loop on the MLB Network. So if you leave that on for half an hour, you'll probably see it. But it's pretty great. He shows up at the end with a binder that says like Acuña's best cards, which really made me think of myself when I was like 9 years old, because I for sure had a binder that said like Chris's good cards on it or something like that. And I bet Jeff did too.
I did, and a box.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so real quick here, Snell had 28 first place votes, Logan Webb had 1, and Zach Gallen had 1.
Yeah.
Lucky Peter, I'm glad you saw the ad. It's great. His English is getting better. I know he's not like super comfortable doing interviews on TV yet, which I get, but in the commercial, he pulls it off just fine.
Henry said that's his local LCS. So he goes into the shop?
Yeah, he goes into a shop. He buys a bunch of Topps Chrome, and he's opening it up. Yeah. But he's only looking for one player, and I won't spoil who he's looking for. It's kind of it's a Shyamalanian twist at the end.
All right. Well, we'll all seek it out after this. All right. Open that box and see what you got in there. There's some big names in there.
I'm curious. Like a lot of these have bad centering, but this thing is really cool. The Jose Canseco first Topps card is in here. Bo Jackson, Will Clark, Wally Joyner, Galarraga, Barry Bonds ended up being the big card. But I gotta tell you, when you open up old stuff like this, the smell is so immediately like identifiable. Like I smell this, and I am like right back in 9 years old looking at cards. If I hold it up, can you smell it, Jeff?
Yep.
Really get in there.
Yep, it's that cardboard musty smell that came right out of the box.
That's right. So this guy told me that he oh boy. All right, so I dropped Ricky Wright. If anyone wondering, it's not a Tiffany set. I can tell you right off the bat. I was hoping, but the first card, I don't know what kind of order these are in, not numerical, But Jay Tibbs is the first card, and the centering on this one does
Look at the
not
centering.
does not make me hopeful for what the Bonds, Canseco, and etc. will look like. But we'll go through here. All right, here we go. Let me look for one of the big
block lettering. And I remember the first time I saw that and seeing how bright the back was compared to the regular 86 Topps base.
Pretty bright.
You get the bright back, yeah.
Yeah, look at the big cat. What's really impressive about these cards too, they've been in this box for a long time. The corners actually look really good. It's just the centering is. Yes, Shohei the Turtle. That's right. This is 2022 Topps Chrome centering all over again.
Almost 4 years later, and their centering is still an issue.
It hasn't changed.
In this day and age of still laser cutting, they still can't get their center.
Look at the poor Gene Walter. Can you imagine this guy? He probably has one baseball card. And they were like, is it okay if I look directly in the sun? And they're like, yeah, it's going to be fine. Don't worry about it. The poor guy. Oh, here we go. All right. First big name. Here he is.
Look at that centering.
Look at that centering. Man. Not going to lie, a little disappointed, but I mean, I wasn't really planning on grading these or anything, but man, this card, I swear to God, this was like a $50 card at a show in 1989, 1988.
And probably in a slab of plastic about this thick.
Yeah, easily. But yeah, look at the back. Condition's pretty good. I mean, except for obviously the terrible centering.
Nice.
You're a lot better than me with. Oh, do you remember? And of course, the set is also known for these Pirates hats, right? I mean, look at that.
Yes.
Just spectacular. Yeah, John Greco, absolutely, with giant screws. I mean, we were protecting these cards as if they were getting shot at.
Right, like if aliens came after a nuclear holocaust, all that would be left is Twinkies and mid-'80s Topps cards in plastic cases.
Yes, yeah, these things are. Oh,
Lucky
man,
people as Canseco. Is that what you're saying?
I'm sorry, what? Oh,
we got a message from Lucky Peter. Said went to the same high school, and I was wondering if he meant Canseco, who also has a twin brother, Ozzie Canseco. He's from California, right? Or no?
Hold on.
Hey, what's up, Jake?
Well, Canseco was actually born in Cuba. He lived in Miami. I'm not sure where he doesn't mention where he went to high school on here. I don't know. Listening to him speak, I'm not entirely sure he went to high school.
Well, that's cool. Miami. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
All right. Here's one of the best cards in the whole set. Are we ready? Jim Leland.
One of the best cards of all time. Look at that stovepipe airbrushed hat. They just have perched on the top of Leland's head.
Yep. I mean,
also, look at the back and tell us how Jim Leland is there, because he looks like he was like eternally 70.
I don't want to say it, but I mean, this hat looks like. I mean, it looks like there's like a butterfly habitat above his hair. It's just outrageous. Let's take a real look at Jim Leland's face.
Now, it's. First of all, you know it's airbrushed because his teeth aren't yellow, and it's the first time I've ever seen him without a cigarette in his mouth.
Yeah, or a cigar, something. Yeah. So, Jim Leland in this photograph, is younger than Jeff and I are right now. He is 42 years old. 42
years old.
And he can't even blame it on like the stress of managing Barry Bonds, because this is pre-Barry Bonds, this photo.
Yeah, but he's probably also smoked 5,000 cases of cigarettes.
Easily. All right, so we got Bonilla on the White Sox. Kind of for those of you guys who played the Immaculate Grid, you might want to keep this one in your back pocket. Bonilla was on the White Sox.
Oh, that was great. And that was a very popular card when he was up in the MVP
voting. Yeah. Yep. Oh, here we go. For one of your boys from the 80s.
Oh, nothing runs like a deer. Robbie Deere. The original Kyle Schwarber.
All right, well, here we go. So here's the best card in the set. And unfortunately, the centering, there wasn't a miracle. But pretty cool card still.
The corners look good.
The corners are great. The corners are fine. I mean, the bright red back, still looks good.
Yeah.
Anybody know Bonds' middle name off the top of their head?
Lamar.
That's right.
Lamar.
I love this. This design was good, and those Topps Chrome inserts from, I guess 2022 always look good with this design.
Yeah, that's a great
It's simple,
design.
but giant bold letters for people that don't like to pay attention. You know. Ooh. This dude's rocking have you ever seen this dude's rocking the blue steel?
Oh yeah, Bill Wegman, Weggy.
Yeah. That is a
He was the
serious look right there.
I believe he led the league in losses one year, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, there's a grocery store chain named Wegmans in upstate New York. I'd like to think it's named after him.
Maybe.
Oh, I feel like the centering's getting slightly better on this Todd Worrell card here. Slightly.
Oh yeah, he was a big time closer.
Yeah. I think he pitched in that World Series the year before. Okay, what else we got? Oh, there we go. Here's a Philly hero. Look how young this guy looks.
And thin.
Young?
Thin.
Yeah. I mean, he looks like a natural born slow pitch softball player.
Yeah.
And this guy is super. I feel like time has really forgotten Wally Joyner.
He was a great hitter.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Wally Joyner and Kevin Seitzer were just professional hitters.
Yep. Seitzer is actually now a coach. And by the way, without Wally Joyner, we might not have Upper Deck. We might have never had Upper Deck. Something
That's
to think about. One of the early investors in the company.
Jake, Culture Collision plans in January. Sadly, that's not in the plans.
But
I'm not sure.
I'm gonna make every effort to get there. Damn, Lou Pinella's centered really well. Of all
Perfect.
the cards.
Look at that.
Otis Nixon, former Brave franchise stolen base leader for a single season. I'm going to make every effort to get to Culture Collision in January. My parents are in Charlotte, which isn't too far. I'm going to owe them a visit sometime around then, so I'm going to try to kill two birds with one stone and get in there. I would love to go there once because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of great Acuña and Freeman stuff at the show, and I'd love to see it. So I'm going to try. I have a standing invitation to stay at a buddy's house, although I imagine once he meets me in person, that invitation may be quickly rescinded, but we'll see.
You might be at the show for one day.
Right. Yeah. Hey, all right, here we go.
Oh, I loved that card.
One of the most famous catches of the 1980s, right? Although it may have been 1990.
Bare hand down the line.
Oh, yeah. He also got one of the hits in the that extra inning game against the Red Sox. Game, was it 6? I think he's one of the batters that gets a hit in that inning.
Is he really?
I think so.
I didn't know he had any run with that Mets team.
Oh yeah, he was definitely on the team. Oop, hello.
Yeah.
I think Carter started it. I think Kevin Mitchell gets a hit after Gary Carter, but I'm not a diehard Mets fan. I don't know the inning that well. I've seen it a lot, but I'm almost positive he's on base at some point in that inning. All right, here we go.
John Mitchell was drinking a beer in the clubhouse before they hit. So he must not have been expecting to get the call.
That's very Mets.
Great card.
Very Mets. There we go. So if you're familiar with 86, this exact same image is on Bo Jackson's Don Russ the Rookies card. My understanding is that the card companies weren't given access to him to take photos, so they just used the picture from the media guide. So the same picture is on both.
If anybody remembers, it was a huge upset that Bo Jackson chose baseball because he was one of the best football players in the country, absolutely dominant running back, and not really known as a baseball player. And he decided to choose baseball, which was pretty surprising. And then it turned out he ended up getting hurt playing football, so it was probably best. Would have been best for him to stay on the diamond.
Yeah, Bo Jackson might be the biggest what could have been story in sports.
Yeah.
If he could have just avoided injury. Man.
He was crazy how fast he was, given the fact he was so big. Henry, after Chris's 86 Topps rip, you can do a 2018 rip with one of the boxes.
Yeah, Jeff, shall we?
One of these. I think we're going a little long, but maybe one of these days we can.
Same value, right? All right, I don't know if they're both in here, but there's two people on the MLB Network that constantly drive me absolutely crazy, and I really can't stand them. This guy is one of them.
The Sack Man. He was he was a great Brewer. But yes,
I mean,
he's annoying.
Yeah, he spent the last 2 years on the network with like what I could only describe as a Rudy Giuliani style hair dye. But he's finally given the ghost up on that. So he's got a little kind of salt peppery thing going, which is much better. But good God.
Good.
His thing that drives me crazy is they'll ask him about a player and he'll be like, well, for me, and then he'll say the most obvious thing possible. Like, this isn't his opinion. He's like, well, for me, what makes Josh Hader good is the fact that he's able to throw strikes. It's like, just shut up, Dan Plesac. I can't handle it. Sorry.
The second never guessed that he was going to be a commentator in his early. He's a great closer.
Yeah, he was pretty good. By the way, there's a sort of a late Hall of Famer here. Ted Simmons being done no favors by these pants.
That's pretty much his career, but I believe that's his traded card from the Brewers. If you look on there,
that is correct. Yep. That poor guy. I mean, what is this, like a 48? What pants are these? That's just mean.
Yeah. He's kind of a Ron Say type. Although he also looked like he was 50 years old.
Yeah, well, he might have actually been. He was probably playing at about the same age Jim Leland was managing. All right, here we go.
True.
Speaking of guys, I forget were ever on the Braves.
Yes.
With maybe the best centered card so far.
Now you see Griffey in commercials, and he's past that age. You can see the resemblance for sure. They got the same Griffey smile.
Oh, absolutely. And those Griffey commercials, I can't help but laugh at them. I'm sure I must sound like an idiot, but I laugh at him every time I see him. When his wife wants to fight the umpire, I think it's my favorite commercial moment of the year.
Yeah, my 6-year-old loves that. The wife trying to fight the umpire. Boy, thanks for joining us. You missed the first 70 minutes. Well, you missed a lot of jabbering. You're seeing the highlights now, but thanks for joining us. Lincoln Thomas, Bo Nose Arrows. Yeah, remember the whole series of Bo Nose commercials? That was Nike was starting to take shape.
Oh, those were great. Yeah, he was just like playing a bunch of random sports. Trying to go through this relatively quickly. All right, here's another guy that long forgotten, but
Pete Incaviglia.
Yep.
Yeah, my friend and I, because remember he had the cup in '87.
Oh yeah, no, he started out like
he had like 34 home runs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my buddy and I called him Incav.
This is pretty interesting. Well, again, for certain people, but his tops traded back, no record. Well, how did he make this up? It's interesting. Yeah, Julio Franco, Lucky Peter did play in his late 40s. Had some good years for the Braves, actually.
And the way he held that bat, his forearms were like the size of tree trunk.
Look how young Terry Francona looks.
Yeah.
Man.
Before he managed Michael.
Yeah, right.
All right. That was great. That brought back some memories seeing those.
Yeah, I'm going to go through. I feel like there's one card I haven't gotten to yet. So give me a second here.
Yeah, Lucky Peter. The Julio Franco had the bat over his head and just the forearm strength it took to get that into a hitting position.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he was still playing in Mexico when he was like 50.
Oh, I'm sure he could probably play today if he wanted to. He could get.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
All right, so here we go.
Savoy. Yes, you just missed it, but Chris, who's a softball legend around these parts, was switched his night for the show to Thursday for us, and he could play softball on Tuesday. And the captain of the softball team gave him this unopened box, and there is the most clearly airbrushed photo of 86 Thompson maybe of all time.
This is the most flattering shot of what looks like a 46-year-old Tom Seaver. Yeah. Yeah, 42 years young in this photo. Born the same year as Jim Leland. It's worth noting. But
it's just so funny. They decide, well, let's just make it look like a painting. We don't even care with this one. With Tom Seaver, let's just make it look like a painting.
Well, Topps has
just sitting on.
Yeah, Topps has a really weird history with Tom Seaver, where they use basically the exact same photo for his first like 3 individual cards in like 68, 9, and 70. Pretty funny. But anyway, I've enjoyed it. 86 Topps is always really fun to look at. Obviously, if you're just tuning in, the centering was not kind to me in the set, but always an iconic card.
Still cool. Yeah, very cool. That was the thin, athletic, wiry Barry Bonds.
And the thin, wiry Pittsburgh Pirates hat.
Yes. Goes hand in hand. Well, thank you, everybody, for bearing with us this whole time. Leland, yeah, he had a very storied career. Managed a lot of teams, got down there, Miami. He was a winner, and he'd always have a cigarette in the dugout. Thank you for joining us. Please let us know if you guys rip any Topps Chrome update, if you guys pull anything good. Leave some notes in the comments. Please like and subscribe. Yeah, champs, the Marlins. That was
absolutely
quite a team together. There he is.
42 years old. Okay. This is what 42 years old looked like in 1986. Good Lord.
Yeah. 42. Wow. All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Come back next week. And like I said, find us on Instagram if you want us to talk about anything specifically. Please do. Oh, Chris has something else to say.
We may have to rework our schedule for next week, given that it's Thanksgiving. But we'll figure that out. But usually, I saw a question. Usually, Jeff and I are here at 6 p.m. Pacific time every Thursday. We try to find something interesting to talk about. If we can't, we'll just talk about uninteresting things for a long time. Either way, we're here.
Yes, we like cards. So yes, it's a set schedule. Next week is Thanksgiving. A lot of you probably will be celebrating with your families, but it'll already be 9 o'clock on the East Coast. So I don't know. We'll see. I think we both have family in town. We'll see how it goes. But please like and subscribe. Click that notification bell, and that'll tell you every time we go live, which is usually Thursdays, but occasionally we'll go live either to do a PSA reveal or to talk about some random baseball card topic. So hit that. Please find us on Instagram. It's Baseball Card Addict and My Favorite Cardboard. And we'll see you guys next week. Thanks, everybody.
Cheers.